What's up, Professor? We know you like cats. We actually don't know that information. You might be a dog or cat person. But anyways, our current issue is about the cat food shortage. So we have seen recently that there is a shortage of cat food and food supplies for all these cats. This is due to the fact that because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen an increase in the number of cat owners. And so as more people have cats and have these pets, they have a greater need for cat food. And this in turn has shifted the supply of cat food, as well as all of the supply chain shortages that we have seen. So Seth is going to explain a little bit more in depth about why we're seeing these shortages of imports of cat food.
For sure. All right, so I'm a very visual person. I like to see things. So we're going to just pull up our classic supply and demand curve here for cat food. All right, so let's say that this is our pre-COVID times when people had a normal amount of cats and thus a normal amount of demand. So COVID hits, and when this is our demand curve here, everyone goes out and they buys a bunch of cats. Oh yeah, supply. This is our demand. So our demand curve shifts over to the right. Everyone buys a bunch of cats. Okay, so you have this original quantity demanded for cat food, and now you have a greater quantity needed. All right, and so if things are going to stay that way, you're going to end up with shortages, which is what we have, and so that will result in a higher equilibrium price. Things are going to want to shift up there. The other thing that we're going to try here for now to keep the prices lower and keep this new quantity is to actually increase the imports that we receive, right? And so that'll shift our supply curve over as well. And so the idea is that if we want to maintain at that price, then we're going to shift the supply curve over right there so that we have a new quantity, but we maintain the original price of the cat food. And so everyone's happy. All the cats are happy and fat. So Dallin is going to finish this up here.
Yeah. So kind of going off that, I'm going to draw another graph here. Maybe you can see it. So now, when we started importing, right, we got back to equilibrium. But now there's a shortage because the other countries aren't keeping up with their imports because of other things that have happened around the world. So this is the supply curve. That's the demand curve. Right now, we have, say, this amount how much demanded and this much supplied because of the other countries not doing their parts. So that's got to get fixed. And I'm sure it will go back to equilibrium and normal once things kind of calm down with COVID, which they kind of already have, but I mean, there are other world events going on, such as Russia and, other things that I'm sure are causing this shortage. But, so this just shows a shortage when the demand is more than the supply, and that's what we're facing right now. So hopefully those cats actually, I don't like cats. I hope they do starve. But, thanks, Professor.
Share with cats.